So, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Broadleys Golf for the Amateur Championships 2024. We've got some dual camera action on. We're on hole 6, and this is Martin McGreekin. So, joining me today is Scottish Foot Golf royalty, Scotland #1, Mr. President, Neil Shea. Good morning.
Hi, Callum. Good morning. So what have we got here?
Got Ewan Vance playing across the ditch through the path. He's got a look at the hole here. Just shy of pace, I think, but that line looked like it was good. Hole 6, probably one of the more trickier holes in the course, probably one of the more technical holes in the course. Usually a par 4, but it looks like it's played pretty long so far this morning. I mean, all those balls are there in 3 rather than 2 with how wet the ground is. All of these are for par.
It's a tricky one through the rough. Needs to get enough pace in it to get it through, but not go too far beyond the pin. Just got stuck on the rough there. It's very heavy in the wet.
Yeah, and the rough's pretty thick. It's actually probably even a lot thicker than it was even this time last week by the looks of it. Oh, excellent putt.
That's a good putt.
Taking for his part, makes it as well.
Same again. I think this group has just turned it on for us, Callum.
They have indeed. All good under pressure, apparently.
Kiss of death. Commentator's curse from Mr. Haig.
Yeah, it is. Do you know what the cameras probably don't do justice is, as crazy as it sounds, that putt was much more difficult than the one that Martin had. You've got you had that little bump to play with. Just veers it to the right hand side straight off the putt.
I think the toughest place you can possibly putt from on that hole is the side you were on there, Callum. It's got
100%.
quite a lot of camber.
So I'll make my way back down 6 fairway as we catch the group of Matt Noble, Robert McAllister and Cameron Sinclair. I think that's right, isn't it? What's a habit? Oh, jeez.
Martin McGreekin there, just seeing what it would be like to tee off from the ladies and juniors tee. just checking it out, but he knows fine well he's going to make his way to the proper tee now.
Yes, you'll also need to remind Martin this week that if he does go in the water, the ladies' tee is not a drop box.
So, hole 7, as you can see now, looks a lot more daunting than it did a few seconds ago. Big pond to play over. Flag tucked away on the other side next to the bunker.
This is a great shot. Tell you what a shot from Cameron Sinclair here on hole 6. That's a terrific shot from that angle. It's got a nice little look at outside looking birdie there.
Cameron Wallace.
Sorry, Cameron Wallace. I don't even know where the Sinclair comment came from. I don't even know where it came from, to be honest. So, Ron McAllister with the left foot. Wow, it's travelled that. Wow.
It's a little bit over it there, running. Just settled down in the rough over there, but it's okay, it's safe. It's a tough second shot. It's a tough hole that you're trying to bail out, but it's not a big landing area. There's the advance. That's a nice strike. Does his little ankle flick after he's
ball's playable.
It's gone into the rough. that group carries on, I'm going to go join Callum back at the green.
So, pretty tricky conditions today. The breeze is certainly picked up this first section of the course. What do we think is going to make the top 8 today, Neil, with given how wet it is? I think anything around level par might end up making it.
Yeah, I agree. I think level par, if you can get under par, you'll be very safe, I think.
But can Robert McAllister produce some magic through the bunker here?
It's pacey. Where it left themselves another 5 or 6 metres back to the hole. Just needs to turn. A tough putt.
Probably up there with the most sand and green on the course. I always think the camera doesn't do it justice with the little bumps and turns all over it, especially from this side of the mat.
Is this mat for par here?
This is mat for par here, yeah.
This looks good. It's got to go though. Just going to trickle down and stay short.
It's a good line.
It's one of those ones you get to see. Someone nails the line dead on, but the ball doesn't quite get there.
This is for a scramble par itself as well.
It's a very good putt.
Excellent putt.
Great scrambling from Robert McAllister. Looks happy with that.
Oh, fuck me.
So, we'll have a wee look at this group, continue to play hole 7, and then we'll find another section of the course, I think. But left footers dream this.
So Callum, fresh off of a par 3 eliminator win here at Broadleys last weekend, why don't you tell us what it takes to win round this course?
A huge amount of luck. And to be honest with you, your short game has to be on it. If you putt well round this course, I mean, it's easy to say for every course, but if you putt well round here, you're always going to do well. I think if your putting game and your scrambling game is strong, Broadleys is a good course for you. For me, usually I would have said you need to have a combination of being good with both right and left foot, but apparently we didn't need that to win the weekend. So
yeah, I think it's a course you just don't take unnecessary risks. It's tight fairways. Just keep it into safe positions and trust your putting.
Yeah, that was the difference really for me.
It's an interesting tee shot this for a left footer. It looks like it favours you, but you just do not want to turn back to this water. That's excellent from Robert McAllister.
So good. No, actually looking birdie with that. We've seen one person go for it so far and clear it just, and then he took birdie, and that is the person that's leading at the moment.
Also good from Matt Noble. Nice and safe.
Good with his left foot. Underrated left foot, Matt. Famously sank a left-footed eagle at Piper Jam to make the Scotland squad last year.
It's good. Needs to settle down, but it's the safe shot for a right footer.
So obviously, similar to last weekend, this is a combination between stroke play and then into match play. What's your preference? Are you a stroke play man or a match play man?
To be honest, they're just completely different games. I think the stroke play is where you're likely to see the very top players come out on top more often. I think match play can be a game leveler, but also it's potentially the stronger mental game. So they're both exciting formats. I like watching match play. I think from a viewer's point of view, match play is excellent.
Yeah, and I think we've managed to get a lot of match play in. Obviously, as the Scottish squad goes towards the Four Nations next week, so perfect planning, which I'd love to say was deliberate, but I'm not sure it was.
Yeah, I think what's been good is you're looking at 9 whole match plays, around here for the last couple of weeks, and I think what that can do is it means you have to get off to a fast start. Now, obviously, 18 holes is ideal and it gives you time to recover, but what you do if you get a fast start is you put your opponent under a lot of pressure. This looks good from Matt.
Just turns that away from the hole. I mean, to sink it from that angle, I think you've almost got to flirt with the rough and then potentially going down into the.
I think if you walk away from this hole with a par, you're pretty happy though, aren't you?
Yeah, definitely one of the more challenging holes in the course. But this will be a very, very rare good look at birdie. This for Robert, and obviously with the amount of wetness on the ground, he's got a couple of lines in front of him which can help him here. Pace was excellent on that.
It's a brave putt, that one, to give it a chance and dice with danger with that bunker.
Yeah, it was a confident stroke, that. Well done.
Good putt.
Very good putt. Good 3.
Well,
so they all skate with pars, which is a good score in this hole. This hole, as the Amateur Championships continues this morning, there was plenty of live action. Obviously, we'll follow quite a large part of this first round qualifier, and the top 8 players will go through. Then after that, we will still continue to film both the ladies' final and then obviously the knockout stages of the men's part of the competition. But then somebody has asked a question, which is very well timed. Matt,
great question.
Who would win in a match between Neil Shave and Callum Haig? Well, we will find out later this afternoon, won't we?
Here's the man himself walking towards me now. But I think, Matt, it's a good question. I mean, I think so far things might change, but you already have an answer to that. If we refer back to the Match Play Championship final over 18 holes last season, yeah, I mean, you know what happened.
Yep, better man won on the day, but recent form and match play rounds around this course don't go in Neil's favour, so
you're a 9-hole specialist.
9 or 27 holes, nothing in between.
So James McNally having a tough shot out of the ditch there. Tough putt now. He's got that camber to come over that he spoke about earlier. It's looking good though. Needs to go similar to what you just saw from Matt Noble.
Exactly the same.
Picked the line again though.
Has to be said, I've got James down as making the 8 after a magnificent performance last weekend where he finished tied 5th at the end of the tournament.
An incredible performance in the playoff to make it into the knockout stages from James last week. Well tidied up.
Figure of Bobby Lang with a par, I think. Happy man.
Tidied up from Sam McGoldrick. Now, Callum, I've got a question for you now. Obviously, it's an amateur championship. We've got none of your pro players in the field, so it's going to be interesting to see who comes out top today. I want to hear from you 2 or 3 players you think are likely to be there at the business end of the tournament.
Okay, so I am going to say probably one of the favourites for me coming into this is George Robinson. Had a good start to the season. He's currently sat second in the amateur category in the leaderboards, just one spot behind Gavin Howe, who's obviously not here this weekend. So it's an unbelievable opportunity for him to grab a lot of points and get himself back top. So I think him having even something added on really will help him focus and kick on. So I have him as my pick. My outside chance, I'm going to say Matt Noble. Matt came second in this competition last year, just losing in the match play final. If he can get himself into the top 8, he's got a very good match play record, as Matt, so I think he's got a chance once he gets down to the crunch point. And then my surprise factor of the tournament's got to be Michael Kelly. Not much is known about Michael apart from the club league scene. But I mean, he's taken some pretty big scalps in the club league, including winning a stroke play round here at Broadleys before. And prior to this film, we've seen him make a couple of big birdies on tough holes straight away. So look out for that name.
Very nice tee shot from Sam McGoldrick, that one. Arrow straight.
What are your predictions, Neil?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm glad to hear you mention Michael Kelly. He started the day very well, and I was excited to see him coming in today after looking at some of his performances, as you said, in the club league. I was just going to drop into the reads, it's okay. So yeah, Michael's definitely a player to watch out for today. Obviously, you mentioned George Robinson, who put some impressive performances in over the winter and then at the start of the season. But if I'm going to go away from the players you've mentioned already, I think if Robert McAllister makes it into that knockout stage, I think he's a very dangerous player.
Particularly once it gets down to that 9-hole section, because for me, when I won last weekend, the hard matches for me was in that front 9 section where it is very, very left-footed for me, the front 9 section. So him being predominantly left-footed, if he can get into a quarter-final, then, you know, if he gets all the way through to a final, he's playing 2 out of 3 matches on that front 9, which could make a massive difference.
What I would say about this amateur championship is if you look at last season, when we came into this event, John Neal was not at the top of the amateur rankings, if I'm correct. I'm not sure you're even close at that point, and he went on to win the tournament, and it catapulted his season. And then, obviously, as you know, he went on to be amateur champion. So, it's a big opportunity today for the winner to then do something similar.
It's a big event. Can't beat points. You have to do well if you've got ambitions on that amateur leaderboard. TV. I've had this man down as one of my favourites as well, but he's recovering from a bit of a chest infection, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think what I would say, similar to last week, is people don't want to get too bogged down on what their actual score is in this stroke play. Just remember, all you're doing here is playing to make it through to the knockout stages. You look at your win last weekend, you, by all accounts, scraped into the knockout stages, and then look what happened from there.
Yeah, and you can get a huge element of luck when it's tournament 3 and you're seeded 1 to 8. The draw can open up. If a couple of shocks happen, with all due respect to James, it kind of happened with James last week in this group. He finished 16th and he then puts out the number 1 seed. But as a player that's maybe been in the middle of those rankings, you then kind of think, wow, this draw's opened up for me.
I mean, it's typical kind of tournament structure where they say obviously keep your better form to the latter stages if you can. This looks good.
It's good.
Perfect.
What a par
Excellent
putt that
par.
is.
Happy
I felt
man.
like he needed that. He needed that. A bogey in the last hole. Wayward tee shot. And that's what we were
It's a
talking
tough
about
putt, that
earlier.
one as well, to commit to making it to the holes. As you can see with Bobby's ball here, is if you do pass the hole, you quite easily fall into that sand trap.
Has it? No.
Great effort.
Darren Cleary says, good morning, lads. We hope you're well. Yanksing Cup captain. Obviously, for the first ever time this season is going to be held in Scotland at the magnificent McDonald Cardrona Resort, which you visited this week. Neil, how was it looking
No, it's exceptional. I mean, every time I go, it seems to have got better, which is exactly what we're looking for. We're only just entering into May, and the course is just in phenomenal condition. Two really challenging 18-hole courses. It's going to test everybody out there. It's got everything you want from, long holes, short technical holes. I honestly don't think there's a filler hole on the course, which is just mind blowing, really, in football.
Excellent.
I'll take it up. Very hard.
So we shall go and find some more foot golf. But in the meantime, here's the Scottish Open. So
Welcome back.
everyone. The viewers just missed what was very nearly the shot of the season from Alan Stewart. That ball was, at least half of that ball was in that cup, but I mean, it's probably just as well it hit the cup, because I think it would have ended up in the Atlantic Ocean if it hadn't.
I think you might have been nutmegged by that ball, Cal.
I think so. But talk us through hole 15. Challenging is what I would say, Neil.
Yeah, I think actually as interesting as it sounds when you look at the ditch you've just had to approach via the hardest shot, the most dangerous shot potentially is your tee shot, which is a dog leg right to left. Anything that catches the left side of the fairway quite often turns back down into that ditch. Obviously then leaving yourself as short a chip shot as you can. Then once, as you've just kind of seen, once you're over there, it's not a big landing area, so it's just a tricky hole all round.
Certainly with the Broadleys one's a conscious decision to let the rough go out a little bit as well, so find yourself in position. It's very challenging. Yeah, that was a nice little shot. Interesting shot choice there. Don't know if he had a line or not. I think he might have. Got that.
Very good. Nice confident putt.
So, Alan Stewart, which I'm assuming might be for birdie. Yeah.
Unlucky not to get his ego there.
Oh, it's the same as his approach, just a little too aggressive. Par's still a good hole and score in this hole. So that group is away. Looks like we have a little bit of a wait. So I wonder if we go to hole 14.
I'm just going to jump over behind the next group on the tee on hole 14. They should be just about ready to tee off.
So who's in that group? It looks like Donny McKenzie, David Baird, Kyle McCourt.
Kyle McCourt first on the tee. It's a nice shot. Should have got himself far enough up there that he's got a line to the hole without that bunker in his way.
I think once they've teed off, I wonder if we might get a word with what looks like our current Scotland captain, Gio Stewart, out watching, looking to see what's happening today.
Very good from Donny. Finds the centre of the fairway.
That's a good line. As long as it misses that bunker.
Just caught the face of it. Now, Callum,
happy looking John Neal.
You mentioned Gio Stewart, but as I'm standing closer to him, I'm going to come for a quick word with Vice Captain Michael Eardley. So, Mick, going into next weekend, how are you feeling about the squad, the players? Are you feeling confident?
Yeah, the squad's well prepared and they're on a good job that we've got to do. After the last 4 nations, a wee bit bittersweet, obviously losing it in Burnley, but hopefully the squad's ready to go and get that one better and take that trophy home.
Great. And from what you've seen so far today in the Amateur Championships, is there any players that are standing out for you as future Scotland stars?
Yeah, there's a few. I've noticed a couple in there. I don't want to name names just now. A couple we're keeping a close eye on, and hopefully we can push on again. Yeah,
sitting on the fence, I see. Yeah. Okay, great. Thanks, Mick.
Hole 14, for me, Neil, is it's a real birdie chance, this hole, in my opinion. You need to be able to be long off the tee, particularly when it's wet, but...
Yeah. I think potentially on a day like today, when the ground is wet, it turns it into a nice two-footed hole. I think you can get your right-foot tee shot as far as you can, but then you've got that left-foot shot, as Donny's just demonstrating. It really favours you.
It's fast up here. I thought that looked really good, that. Still got a chance to make birdie, you can pass out of that bunker. So, yeah, that was not the best effort on that one, but what you'll see is that's the usual social hole position, but this is it's amazing. This little change in the hole position just makes this hole also quite a bit more challenging. I think the putt is tougher on this little section. It certainly means you need to be quite far off the tee where this hole position is. Good pace on this. Line was good. But when Donny gets to his ball, he's not going to be too upset. That's got a chance. The wetness is definitely catching the players out though, Neil.
Looks like 14 is definitely playing difficult, Cal.
So just up to the left at my distance, all 15 tee boxes in that very difficult position.
I've just spotted that. I think it makes that hole extremely long.
Oh, Donny McKenzie! What a shot that is! Terrific. I did say he wasn't going to be upset with that, but he actually decided to chip it out rather than pass it out. It had some pace. It hit the flag. That is a shot on the course with the way this hole looks like it's playing.
Oh, see, your Barra just decided to play his tee shot to my feet. Very good. Now, I'll just show you, Callum, whilst you're waiting there for the player to tidy up what we're talking about with this hole, is you need to get your tee shot far enough up that bunker there on the right hand side. He's just hit a nice tee shot, but it looks like it's not quite far enough.
It's tight, that, isn't it? Good putt from David Ware. So 3 excellent finishes.
The left-footed option of Lucas Morris. Excellent. Look at that. Now that's the one we're talking about. That's potentially the best tee shot you'll see in this hole all day. Let's have a little look what that looks like from the ball side to you.
It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect.
And look at that. Took both bunkers out the equation. Straight line up the hill towards the hole. Superb.
When you hit a tee shot as good as that, I think you then have to tell yourself, got to have a go at it.
Final player in that.
You're going to make 4 anyway.
Final player there, Peter McCabe, has actually come to the right hand side. It's interesting because what he has done by being on the right is left bunker out of the way. However, he's got that rough to play through before he gets up the hill, which is quite tricky.
He's cut it out. And we all know when Peter McCabe's involved, anything can happen. It's one of the most enjoyable people to play around with in Scotland.
There he is, the man himself. Are we backing him to sink that one?
I say it's even money to make birdie, I say.
Will BG to play first because he's got that bunker just slightly in his way. It's got a nice little catch of the edge actually. I think it's straightened his ball ever so slightly.
Yeah, I mean it was potentially right into the thick cabbage if it didn't do that.
It's not a bad leave there though, Callum, is it? He's got a chance at the birdie and he's not putting towards the bunker.
It's where a lot of the tee shots in the par 3 ended up in quite a lot of players sank that putt. It's got some very wet, heavy rough to get through, but once you get there, it will travel.
Just caught that heavy rough.
He's also got the benefit that it winds into the face, so it allows you to be a little bit more aggressive with the putt as well.
Now, Callum, the one we were waiting for, obviously seen the tee shot, which is outstanding. Now Lucas has that eagle approach. Not quite got the pace.
I think he'll be disappointed with that. Obviously, he's one of the Scotland stars who's playing next week.
Now, whilst you watch that group put out, I'm going to make my way back down and get that quick conversation with Scotland captain Gio Stewart you mentioned.
So, Peter McCabe in the rough for birdie. It's hard enough to get through this wet, thick rough. Wind behind though. We'll turn left to right as we look. Yep, just the right line. Pace was good. Wind was definitely picking up. So, we said this was a decent wave this from G. It licked out.
You can just hear Gio in the background there, blackmailing his own Scotland players. Great to see.
Lucas Morris for birdie. Looks a little bit frustrated.
Excellent that from Michael Kelly on the tees. Very big.
It's perfect as well. Good recovery from G. Takes his part. This is Peter McCabe for his part. She takes as well, locks it in. So I'll pass back over to you if you're ready to speak to the Scotland captain, Neil.
Yeah, I'm just having a quick look at Alan Morris's tee shot there, which although okay, not quite as big as his son's one we've just seen a minute ago. Now I'm just going to catch a quick word with Scotland captain Gio Stewart here. Gio, had a word with your vice captain Mick over there a minute ago. Tried to ask him if there was any players in the amateur field today who he had seen so far who he thought were potential future Scotland stars. He inevitably sat on the fence and gave me absolutely nothing. What about yourself?
There's a lot of talent still in this amateur field. I've had a walk around and I've seen some good play from a few players. I know there's a few players that are in form as well, so definitely potential there. So hopefully they can kick on for the rest of the season, and who knows what can happen.
Great, and you've got a few actually in the field today who are in team travelling next week. Have you managed to catch much of them so far today? I'm sure you're out here watching them.
Watch, but at the same time, I don't want to go and put too much pressure on them and feel that they have to do well just because I'm there having a watch. But yeah, I'm slowly keeping an eye on them, how their scores are for today.
Great. Final question: how are you feeling about the event next week heading in? Do you think preparations have all been done? Ready to go?
Good. Yeah, the preparations went really well. The team are ready. It's something that we're all looking forward to, including myself. So yeah, we're all excited to get down here next week and give our best shot.
Great. Well, obviously, best of luck to the team. I'll be there with you, as will Callum. But yeah, let's get the job done.
Yeah, that's it. Cheers.
Let's get the job done, and that is the perfect statement. That's exactly what we need.
I'm just going to wander over to the green side and hole 15 there, Callum, against this group approach.
I'm just going to stay with this group. It's got Michael Kelly and Alan Morris and John Grant in it. Michael Kelly, as we know, is on a really good score at the moment, so this is an excellent shot from John Grant.
Just going to catch a quick glimpse of where that world ended up there from David Bear. I mean, look at that. What a chip shot, what an approach. He's left himself tapping. Is that for birdie? For a par, but it's a fantastic shot.
So this is Michael Kelly for great tee shot. Just missed it, but as we've seen earlier on, that bunker is a good play.
Donny McKenzie now playing the shot where he's gone for the low approach, trying to go down through the ditch. It's very good. It looks like it might just catch the bunker. Oh, it's clinging to the edge. Look at that.
I actually think you'd have preferred that to go in the bunker because that's not very nice.
Yeah, I don't know if he's got much of a stance. What he has got now is a 3 or 4 metre putt without the bunker behind it. So leaves himself a putt he can be aggressive with. Kyle McCourt.
Oh wow! Very that way completely straight that putt. John Grant was a bit unlucky there. I feel like he hit the correct line, but for whatever reason, I think the wind's just pushed it a little bit.
Didn't turn that putt from Kyle McCourt. Looked good. I feel like everyone's getting treated today, Callum. It seems to be action all the time on 2 screens.
I mean, there was even the suggestion of a 3-way screen earlier on this morning, wasn't there?
Yeah, I'm not sure we're ready for that yet.
I don't think
Donny just trying to find a stance here for this putt because unfortunately he's right on the edge of the bunker. So it's a bit awkward.
Should back heel that.
Oh, it's fantastic.
That's some shot from Donny McKenzie.
He was literally balancing on the edge of the bunker and to just stick that in the holes. Excellent.
And a very good putt on 14 by the best dressed man on the course.
Described earlier by you as the Ian Poulter of foot golf. I'm not quite sure he's at that standard yet. He's got a bit more work to do. Is that a birdie there, Donny?
Yep.
Well done. I'm just waiting in the background now. You can see the group of Lucas, Morris, Peter McCabe and Gia Barra about to play the chip shots onto the screen. So see how they get on.
Meanwhile, as all the viewers have seen, I mean, the chip on hole 15 is tough, but as you very eloquently described earlier on, the real challenge is off the tee. And you've lit, I mean, you can't quite make it off this camera, but I mean,
look
all
at this.
down there.
Just got the edge. That's a tough one.
This is, for a right footer, this is probably one of the hardest tee shots you play all season.
The one thing I'd say, Callum, is from what I saw up there, it looks like it might be far enough away that actually the ditch and the water isn't really in your play right now because of the distance.
And the wetness, yeah. Ooh. That is going to be very close to being out of bounds.
Peter McCabe with his chip shot over the one now. You won't be too unhappy with that. It is a cross. It has got a putt. It's not the easiest, but you know he's safe.
Oh, you're going that. I'm going that way. There's white stakes that way. Look at the white stakes that way.
Just seen the tee shot of Alan Morris. Let's see if Lucas can fare better with his chip shot.
Last week he came in from that side. I know, but we're not playing that side.
That is into the bunker. It might come right through it. It has come out the other side, which, as you're about to see, it leaves a difficult little shot.
I don't think you're far enough for it.
So Gia Barra now putting through the rough towards the hole.
That is an excellent shot from Michael Kelly.
What a putt that is. On the camera from Gia Barra, straight off the pin and in. He didn't look nervous. Now Lucas Morris with that difficult shot we've just spoke about from behind the bunker. See what he does with this. Does he try to chip it or does he try and play through?
I would suggest you need to check if this is in bounds first before he plays.
Going for the chip. I think he's pretty good that from Lucas. Not an easy shot, and he's left himself 1.5 metres.
So Alan Morris caught a break with a tee shot and stayed in bounds just, but has now gone into the ditch.
And Lucas Morris tidies up for what looks like a par. Right, Peter McCabe. Can Peter copy the shot of Giabana and put it in off the pin? That was a good effort. So, out this group have tidied up, Callum. You want to tell me what's happening with the group coming down the hole now?
Well, Alan Morris wanted to play down the left-hand side down this par 3, but I politely told him that he was going to be out of bounds. His tee shot stayed in bounds by probably about half a foot. And then he's had to come back. He's actually then had to play back across this ditch. Didn't clear it, found the ditch, but he's managed to find what looks like a massive break. It looks playable. It looks muddy and wet, but it is playable. The other two guys have both hit good shots. Both 3 and 2. Borderline playable. That's the third shot of John Grant.
It's just going to trickle its way down there into the ditch, but as you're about to see, it's okay down there. It's just a little bit wet, but mainly stones.
So this is Michael Kelly's third shot. Looking to recover from a double bogey on the last hole.
It's got to go. It's got to go. It looks like it's just fallen back into that ditch.
So perhaps in a spot above it.
Alan Morris has found the bunker. Let's see if it comes out. Imagine that. Exactly like his son, Alan Morris will now have to play back through that bunker towards the pin, a slightly easier angle than what we saw from Lucas. John Grant playing from the ditch. The weight of this looks fantastic. Outstanding.
Got that. Player that could go under the radar today, you know.
This also looks good, just needs to go a little bit. It's a good recovery shot as well.
Yeah, good job. That was
Aggressive from Alan Morris. We like it.
He was trying to scramble his pie. I can understand the short choice.
So is this for his bogey now, Callum?
It is indeed.
Well tidied up. I think when a hole starts going wrong for you need to be smart and make sure you're not doing too much damage. And I'd say it looks like Alan's done that there.
Yeah, it becomes what sounds ridiculous as a good bogey. That's a good par. And a good par from John. So, for those that are watching, let us know. You've obviously had my predictions and one from Neil as well about who your pick is for the tournament today. Let us know in the comments. Who do you fancy to win? Obviously, we've also got a women's competition in amongst this, with 2 players playing. So those 2 players being Anna Anderson and Nicola McAllister. So we came up with a little bit of a different format for the 2 of them. So effectively, they're playing in a hybrid competition. So they play in an 18-hole stroke play. The winner of that then receives 3 points. If they're tied, they receive 1 point. They then go and play a 9-hole stroke play. The winner of that receives 3 points. If it's tied, it's 1 point. And then whoever's got the most amount of points at the end is named the first ever women's amateur champion.
So, Callum, I think we'll move on to hole 16 now and show everybody a different hole in the course we've not watched so far. I'll make my way up with this group that are currently on it towards the hole side, and you could catch the tee shots.
This hole is, he's not watching today, but I hope he finds out, but this hole's been renamed as the James Dick Hole 16.
Tell us why.
Yeah. The old boy hit an unbelievable hole in one on this hole. At the par 3 eliminator from over this other side of the water. To rapturous celebrations, and then went on to win the over 45 best of the rest that day.
Talk us through the hole, Cal. I think obviously from where it's playing today, it's slightly different from what we had last week, but how do you play this hole?
For me, with the right foot, this is just a case of hitting it hard, but not a full hit, maybe 75% hit, straight as far out to that left-hand side. Similar to where these guys' balls are just now, maybe a little bit further in than that, purely because you've got all that water hazard area on the right-hand side, and then you just give yourself that putt up the slope. It's quite a nice approach to have because you can actually leave it short and high and the ball will feed into the hole, albeit that wind direction might be against that. It's a must birdie from here for me.
I think I'd agree with you. It should be a birdie in your card. However, obviously spoke about the tee shot, but I actually think the real danger in this hole actually lies on that approach shot. Gia Barra's left that one short, like you said. It's not the bad lead. You've got to play up that hill, and then you've put too much pace. Quite a dangerous bunker lurks behind the hole.
It's probably the hardest bunker in the course as well. The face is, I mean, you can still pass out of it, but it's probably one of the steeper faces. So then trying to judge the pace coming out there is not the easiest.
You've now got the second of Lucas Morris, who's done the right thing and put his tee shot straight across the fairway to that far side.
Which is good to see. He's obviously a very left-footed player, and I think the tendency with the left foot here is to try and get maybe just too greedy.
This looks good, this pace. It just needs to turn back slightly, but it's not going to, however, he's going to leave himself. Tap and birdie. Very good shot.
Excellent shot. That's the exact way to play that hole, Neil.
Yeah.
Perfect. Keep it out left. Give the approach a chance. Tap in birdie, move on.
So let's see if Peter McCabe can follow that. Also looks quite good. It's just slightly different line. It's come back towards the hole though if it makes its way. Oh, go on, one more roll.
Come on.
Oh,
No chance.
what a shot though. He's just hoping for a big gust of wind. Unfortunately, it looks like the wind's blowing the wrong direction for him right now.
He very nearly got a major Dundonian celebration there.
Don't get a ball, I'll get it. Birdie putt of Gia Barra. He said before he doesn't like playing on camera and before he holed a great putt. Can he do 2 in a row?
Yes, he can.
Excellent. Even a little leg swing.
He didn't like that
2
little
putts in a
turn.
row from the man who said he's nervous on camera.
Right, so
Back to you, the tee, Callum.
John Grant to go first with a good par on 15. So wind sounds like it's picked up significantly at your section, Neil.
Yeah, I think we're just, at the highest point of this hole here, on top of the little hill, very open.
See, I like that tee shot. It's not greedy. Played at 50%. It's safe. It's all about the approach shot. Hope I've not talked to you guys, but it's playing it mega safe though.
They both look fairly good from where I'm standing, Callum.
This is some angle, this one. That's excellent.
Very good.
That's superb, that. So let's go and follow these guys, get a little bit closer up because the next group's a wee bit further behind. But remember, if you like what you're watching, the next tour event after this is on the National Team Tour and the National Tour, the 18th and 19th of May. The rescheduled borders open down in the beautiful little town of Duns. Lovely little golf club, good course. And remember, that is now Cat B on the National Tour, so lots of points up for grabs again, and for all that important Euros qualification.
Looks slightly under hit from Michael Kelly. Has stuck. No, it's sliding slightly down the hill.
So Jordan Grant would have got a decent enough read off the pace there, so
I think that's the difference, Callum. That slight difference between being in that first cutter off and that second cut. This looks good. It's got a good pace. It's got to start turning. It's going to stay high. It's a good shot.
So Alan Morris with a terrifically footed tee shot. Hit a wee spinny number around the corner.
It's not quite the right line. That's going to filter off down that slope towards the edge of the rough.
Yeah. It's about that. It's not the worst putt that was back up the hill. We saw the other one start to turn, but it's just shorter pace. So Alan Morris, work to do for his birdie.
Excellent.
That was very poppy.
Made that look easy.
Good recovery.
Pace was excellent on that putt.
I believe that's a birdie.
Michael.
Well tidied up from
Tidied
Michael
up.
Kelly. I would say, Callum, that we've just seen from Alan Morris there why it's important when you are in a tricky position on a hole like Alan was in the last to minimise the danger, the damage. Managed to tidy up with his bogey and then comes to the next hole and makes up for it with a birdie.
It's good mentality, that. What was it? And that's what the key down this course. It's about limiting the damage when you're in that position. Playing with your head. And as you said at the beginning, don't do anything silly. Easier said than done, mind you.
Looks like the next group making their way to the tee here on hole 16. Callum, can you tell us who's in it?
It is Ewan Vance, Martin McGreechan and Ronan Reid. So representation from the captain of the club that plays here, Glasgow, which is Martin McGreechan. Ewan Vance, a stalwart of the Bridgend team, and then Ronan Reid playing his first ever Scottish Tour event. He's one of the great people that work up at Clooney Activities and has been massive, helped us in the last few weeks in terms of foot golf up there, which is greatly appreciated. So Mark McGeechan off the tee, but I think I'll grab a leaderboard from this group in a wee minute.
That looks like another very good tee shot.
It's the sensible shot.
He's managed to pop it across the other side and only leave it in that first cut of rough, which, as you just saw, Michael Kelly's been in the second cut, makes the approach shot really difficult for pace.
This is good. That's a very good shot, the right foot, that. Played a
fairway.
Yeah, he played a different type of technique there. He just went with a low kind of side foot, which you don't see very often in this hole. But
don't see too many right footers on this hole, Callum, leave their tee shot on the fairway. Certainly not in the centre like that ball there.
No, he's done very well there. This is going to work out good.
That is going to catch. Oh no, it's fine. It's okay. It's a tricky approach shot because he does have the downslope towards that water hazard in his way. So Callum, you obviously mentioned the next tournament being the Borders Open at Duns.
Sure is. It's probably one of my favourite courses on the tour. It certainly, once we go there during this time of year, it certainly turns into a bit more of a birdie fest, but it can be a really test your foot golfing ability.
And registration still open for that event?
It sure is. Sure is. It's live. You've seen the links on Facebook in the WhatsApp group. If you don't have it, message me and I'll make sure you get one.
I think you can also find all tournament links via our members portal now this season.
So, scoreboard time. Leading, John Barrett, -8 through 15.
Wow.
That's what I thought. Second, Keir Barrett, 6 under through 30. Watch Rory play shot. Tied third, three-way tied third on 4 under. Dan Means, Donny McKenzie, and Kyle McCourt. And then we have a three-way tie for tied 6, which would have all three of them and finish being the people in the top 8. And those are Michael Kelly, Alan Morris, and Michael Gaffney. However, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 players 1 shot behind, 2 players 2 shots behind. Lots to play for.
As it being a shotgun event as well, it just means you don't really know what's around the corner in terms of which holes certain players have played at this stage.
Wow, look at the water. I like the look of that line as well.
Very good line, you're right. It just hasn't got enough to get down to the hole, but it's, again, leaving a decent birdie putt.
But obviously, Neil, another one of the real innovations this year is the Kent Cup, which for this event is just going to be handed out to whoever wins at the end. But everybody in this field is in that competition today, barring George Robinson. So there's another huge thing up for grabs today. Pace was good on that. Just the wind's not going to help you there. And the women's is actually still relatively tight. Nicola McAllister 2 under, Anna Anderson at level par. So that's getting tasty as well. Chance.
Just not even quite cut the lip, it's just crept around the side of the hole there.
Thank you. made it.
Looks good.
Very good.
Great birdie from you, Vance.
Very good birdie. Certainly, because I think the second shot looked like it was better than where it finished, to be honest. So. A good par for Ronan.
Yeah, Callum, so just jumping back to what you mentioned about the Kent Cup, as you made your way up there, I think an exciting new initiative we've put in this season, and as you mentioned again, each winner comes out after their stage that they won and make their way to the final, which then leaves that leaderboard wide open at the following event for anybody to have a go at.
Have we seen our first splash? Oh,
No,
what a break
it's
this is.
sat in the reeds. Got a break of luck.
Nope.
No. Not in the water. I just asked. However, stance is going to be fun when it gets down to his ball here.
Socks and shoes. So, Robert McAllister, who we both kind of tipped, he's coming outside that top 8. He was 2 shots off, so he's potentially a little wayward off the tee here, so he's going to need a big recovery.
He's not put enough on that, Callum.
That's going to be back then as well. I think that's not going to sit there. He's trying to. Ooh. There's some glue or something on that for it to sat there. Matt Noble. Good tee shot there. Caught the rough though. I'm disappointed with that shot. So. Oh, well out. Well out, because that was horrible. He was praying for the camera not to be there. So. Starts it towards just with that wind in it, just getting no turn off that slope.
I just had to have a second out there, Callum, whilst I got my battery pack plugged in.
Working okay.
I don't know.
So, Matt Noble for birdie. Oh, look at this.
Great effort. Good pace.
Turned left at the end there. But I think after the tee shot, he would take his par. So, hole 16 proving to be maybe a little bit more challenging than I think it should be.
I think we just watch this one more flight that's on that hole now, Callum, and then we can possibly move on again.
Yeah. Certainly starting to see a lot of groups starting to congregate towards holes 1 and 3, so maybe plonk ourselves at hole 2's pin and 3's.
Yeah. So it looks to me, Callum, back on the tee, we have James McNally, who's just played his tee shot up there to just off the edge of the fairway, Sam McGoldrick and Bobby Lang.
Bobby Lang, comeback man. Who I think was one of the names in the top 8. Oh, it's aggressive from Sam. I like this. He's played it straight to me, right to my feet.
Excellent tee shot.
That's the best one we've seen. And there was a real element of control in that as well. It didn't look like he tried to take the leather off it. This one is... Oh, he's going to catch a break here, Neil.
Do you know what? That has worked out so well, because I thought we were going to have another one of those ones in the deeper rough, which is really difficult to play out of. But looks like he's found a tee box kind of area there, Cal.
He's found the tee box, is what he's found. I mean, he's now going to be playing through 1, 2, 3, 4 different cuts in a shot. He's going from tee box to rough to heavy rough to semi rough to fairway length. So it should be fun.
It's one of those ones where it's very difficult to not either leave it short or race past the hole into this bunker we spoke about. We haven't seen anyone in here so far.
For me, you put some air on this. Just that, I mean, if I show you just the thickness of this section that's here, if you pass through there, the ball's got, even no matter how hard you hit it, that ball's got no chance. So I do like to see some air. Just a little bit off a grade, doesn't need to be too much. Just to help it on its way. But anything on the green side from here is excellent.
No, it should sit in the rough. He's okay. It's a difficult shot.
I played it with the outside of his right peg there. It's an interesting shot. So he's certainly the right thing to get the ball off the ground. Everybody's getting caught out with the pace here. Not taking the wetness or the wind into account, I don't think. People are just so scared about being in that bunker where you are, Neil.
I like the weight on this. It just has to turn hard.
Just not seen any balls move at all when it's been up there.
It's an excellent approach shot, though.
Good shot, that. Great tee shot, good approach, tap and birdie, exactly how he described it.
Did you see where Sam McGoldrick was sitting on the leaderboard?
I think he was one off, so this might get him back into that top 8.
So, making a move on the top 8.
But interestingly, I said level par would be, but at -2 is a cut-off line at this point. And I can't imagine that's going to go down to, it's going to go up the way.
This looks excellent.
Wow.
Talking about people on the edge of that top 8, we think Bobby might just be inside at the moment, and that certainly helps.
No? But sure I saw your name. Has he?
Well,
Tell you what, this group, that's the best group that's played this hole.
interesting, but from a position where we weren't sure if the approach was going to let us see any birdies, we've just seen 3.
Exactly.
So, Calma, I think we can move on to holes 2 and 3. Earlier on, about 45 minutes ago, we showed viewers the Scottish Open video. For anybody who hasn't joined us at that point and is here now, let's have another look.
Sherry, me and Sherry are playing later on. So, welcome back again. Scottish Open sign up is live. What an event it's going to be, twinned with the Janssen Cup the following 3 days. Some of the world's top players, I think, really. Novosad, Peroni, to name a couple.
Just made our way over here to hole 2 and 3. I'm now standing inside of hole 3, Callum, which short-ish par 3, however, probably the nemesis of a lot of players on this course.
I mean, we're actually in exactly. This was a par 3 last week. T-Box are a little bit further back in the table. I think people just tend to complicate this one. You just need to try and hit it as straight as far as you can, and then just make sure that you're right or in the middle. Take that bunker on the left out of play, leave yourself the top, and take a 3 and move on.
We're about to see the second shot of Michael Gaffney, who I believe from the leaderboard was just inside that cut line. Oh, big shot here. It's got enough to get out, so it's pretty good. It's left a tough par putt.
Downhill, out the thick rough. So I'm greenside on hole 2. Tee shots haven't really got too far on this hole either. The wind is more or less into the face. And this is the group of Kyle McCourt, David Baird and Donny McKenzie. Donny McKenzie's actually gone quite far left of here. My camera's just...
Look at that. Just said how hole 3 could be the nemesis of many players, and we've just seen a birdie.
Joe McCullough.
Correct. Great birdie from Joe.
That's a shot in the course, a 2 on putt on hole 3. We see David Baird. Big bounce out the bunker, I think that's helped him. He's going to have a long look at par.
Aggressive par putt there from Michael Gaffney, which has left not the easiest bogey putt in the world.
It doesn't look easy. Donny McKenzie from the left-hand side rough. You'll be happy with that tee shot though. Gives him an approach into this hole.
Very, very well tied up from Michael. Sadatovic said it's difficult.
It is a very good putt because I think that putt is an optical illusion. For whatever reason, my brain always tells me that that's right to left, and actually straight down. I don't know if it's just maybe because the cup's slightly high on one side and the other, and it reaches with your eye line a little bit.
Well tidied up from Gio Dunlop.
Very good effort from Kyle McCourt on hole 2. Nearly made birdie. He's now got a little bit past, but should make par from there. David Baird to play first. This is for his part. Started out on a good line. Oh, what a lovely putt. Easy as that. Nice and aggressive. Hit the pin. Takes a 3 and moves on. A 3 is a good score on this hole. So, Donny McKenzie to tidy up for his 3. Donny was on a good score on the leaderboard. Just a wee bit too much pace on it. But no real damage done. I think Donny, with the way his score was, had the. Well done, well tidied up. So 2 3s and a 4. We move on to hole 3.
Callum, whilst you move to the tee box there, I'm just going to catch up quickly with John Neal here, owner of Source of Clothing, who, as you know, is our Scottish national tour sponsor for the season and also kit supplier for our national team. John, I just want you to tell us a little bit about the brand.
Well, we're in the final stages of getting finished before we launch in hopefully early July. It's been 3 years in the making, so a lot of hard work's in, and we're looking forward to getting launched and getting the products out there.
Great, and I think the tagline has something in it about premium clothing at affordable prices.
That's pretty much it. So it's staying away from the heavy branding. It's a bit more subtle, but the product should be high quality and hopefully not too expensive. So.
Great, well, from the stuff I've seen so far, it looks excellent, and we're excited to see the launch of the website coming soon.
Class.
Thanks very much.
Glad to be part of it.
I think you might want to move ever so slightly.
So it's a very good shot, Kyle, and look at that, it's just travelling
Perfect.
enough to take the bunker out of the way.
It's a great tee shot, by the way. Got a good line into the hole for a birdie. I think it's a birdie. It's playing par 3, isn't it? Because I don't remember.
Yeah, par 3.
I'm starting to see players walking off the course, so we should now start to be really seeing this leaderboard shape up. So I wonder if this is actually this group's final hole.
Final player Donnie McKenzie in the tee, the only left footer in the group. It's interesting to see this hole from the perspective of the left footer. It's left.
But however, meanwhile, in the spinach in the distance on hole 2, Peter McCabe having to take a drop out of the water in the ditch. So he'll be playing his third shot.
So, as Callum waits for that shot, just have a quick look at these 3 balls played here. You've obviously seen Kyle's, which is in A1 position. David Baird's a little bit shorter, but also a fantastic angle to approach the pin. And then finally, Donnie McKenzie, who's left in the rough over there. Tricky shot with the bunker, but also a lot of rough to come through before he makes it to the hole.
Neil, interesting, I just had a conversation in the distance that would suggest that the current cut line still sat at -2.
Excellent standard.
Yeah, I mean, my prediction was level, so.
It's caught the bunker, which probably helped slightly as that ball was fast.
Look at Boris has just left himself. That for par, you'd expect that to drop. Donnie McKenzie having a good look at this, so he must be close to the cut line at the moment. He's just blown.
Yeah, it's also difficult for Donnie here. He's not taking much time over it, to be fair, and he's left it in that bunker, which is not a nice place to be.
Barra's left that very short, so the camera curse might be back for G.
Kyle McCourt, we saw the tee shot, it was fantastic. It's pretty decent second shot there, which leaves a relatively short par putt, but it's got a bit of movement.
Peter McCabe for bogey here. And there it is, he's going to take a double bogey after taking a drop.
Oh, superb by Donnie McKenzie from the bunker. Backspin, straight into the hole.
Well, Donnie's going to be busy in the editing suite tonight. That's 2 hole outs from bunkers. Barra's just he's one of the players that was, I think, 3 under in the last time, so he's just found himself now languishing in that cut line area. Aye, no bother.
Well tidied up from Kyle McCourt for his par.
Back, I think. Pedro, Peter McCabe, to tidy up his double. Ooh. Oh, he just walked that out the hole. Shaky heat. So that group has just gone bogey, triple bogey on hole 2. We're going to try and see if we can get a little peek of a leaderboard from young Mr. My phone's rubbish. It's time. Right. So at the moment, the cut line is now sat at still at 2 under. So John Barrett has finished 8 under, 7 under. Guevara, albeit might have just gone 6 under. Michael Kelly 5 under. Dan Means and Kevin Court 4 under. Sam McGoldrick 6-3 under, and then the cut line: Robert McAllister, George Robertson, James McNally, Alan Morris, William Hallett, all 2 under. So we could have lots and lots of playoffs.
Looks like one massive playoff.
Yeah. A playoff that's going to take us half a day to do.
So, talking about players who might be in that playoff, did we hear the name of Alan Morris?
We did hear the name of Alan Morris.
So making his way down the fairway now to play his second shot into that par 3 second.
He does have a shot penalty to be added for the worst pair of shots I've ever seen in my life, so needs to birdie this.
Bit of work for him to do. However, if he makes this, he doesn't need to even think about a playoff anymore.
No, but should just now focus on making par.
Second to John Grant.
Michael Kelly's well in the cup line in this group as well. It's 4 under, so
Looks
given it.
pretty good. It's tailed off.
He's left himself with the exact same putt his son just had for par missed. So hopefully you can just stick that in, because I'm assuming this must be this group's last hole. Just to take him to finish on a score of 5 at Christmas. Not hit it either.
Interesting. That was quite a long way away to go for the toe putt.
I don't think I'm have some local stats to here really, aren't they? Nobody would like you need to that point, you almost flip into that rough to let that drop in.
Yeah, it's a very tricky pin position to actually find the line. You need to go in the edge of the rough and almost let it drop back out.
Tail to the very end. Seen that a few times. People have found this little putt tricky. John Grant will tap. John Grant will tap in for 4. Michael Kelly remains 4 under par. Caught out by it as well. So, big putt this.
Confidently dealt with.
He learned from the other 2 putts, was excellent. Some very happy golfers in the background. That's it.
I think, Callum, we've done quite a lot of talking about Alan Morris's shot so far in this, so we probably should give the viewers a little close-up. Some interesting little pictures.
I'm assuming that was that group's last hole, so I would suggest that is more or less us done for round 1, Neil.
I think if we head off, Callum, and we come back later live with some knockout foot golf.
Knockout foot golf, and maybe even by the looks of things, playoff foot golf before knockout foot golf. So
we could call that knockout foot golf.
We could. But thanks everybody that's watched. We hope you all enjoyed it. Just keep keep an eye out for the streams coming back on. We've obviously, as Neil said, the knockout stages, then the grudge match playoff after that between myself and Neil. So thanks to Neil for filming and joining us. Pleasure to have you, and we'll see you all later on today. See you, bye.